Today we're going to talk about how to secure your financial future. Talk about a very important topic. Let me sip from what I hear. This is filtered water with lemon juice. Lemon juice is very important for you. That's another topic for another time. So today we're talking about how to secure your financial future. And you might be wondering, why will it be important for you? Or why is it, because right now, why is it important for you to secure your financial future? I don't know about you. You can share with me in the chat below. I don't know, but for me, I would like to offer a great standard of life for me and my family, right? My present family and my future family. I would love to be able to offer them a great standard of life without thinking and without worrying about money. Right, I would love to have things in place, systems in place that make me money while I spend time with my family, while I do something else, right? And that's what we call it. I would love to have multiple revenue streams, right? Multiple streams of income. And I'm sure that if you're anything like me, you are also looking into that. So today, we're going to talk about how you can create for yourself multiple streams of income and secure your financial future, right? So the first point I have here is, 1, you should be willing to question everything you know until now when it comes to finances. Yes. One thing I have realized in my own life is that whenever a major change wants to happen in your life, it usually happens outside your current paradigm. And what do I mean by that? Whenever a major change needs to happen, there needs to be a catalyst that was outside your current or your previous consciousness. There is an awareness that comes before it manifests. So if right now we all have been through the environment we were brought up, or the family we were in, or the people we were surrounded with while we were growing up, we all have a money blueprint. We all have a financial or wealth blueprint. The way we think, the way we handle money, the way we think about, we all have that. Now the question is, does that serve you? And for you to recognize whether your financial blueprint or your wealth blueprint, whether it serves you or not, is just to look at right now, right here, what is your financial status? Are your finances where they want to be, what you want them to be? Or are they in a way where they are going to be better, right? Because whatever decision you've made until now pertaining to your finances was according to your financial blueprint, right? Was according to what you think and what you know about how to handle money, right? And if up until now you feel like it hasn't served you, that means you need something new. Right, and if you aware you haven't planned how to secure your finances, or you don't have multiple streams of income, or you have not even thought about it, or you have not even built it out, because it takes some time to build it out, right? Then I will invite you to be open and to be willing to question everything that you know up until now about money, about wealth, about making money, about financial freedom. I would invite you to open your mind and be willing to accept something new. Because you know what? I love what one of my mentors says, that your next step is outside your paradigm. Your next step is outside your current paradigm, right? What is going to move the needle in your life is outside what you know right now. You need to know something new to change your current paradigm or life situation. Yes. Are you guys with me here? Amazing. Awesome. Point number 2, get the knowledge. Oh my God, knowledge is so important. When they say that knowledge is power, it is true to some extent. I love to say that the application of knowledge is power, right? But you've got to know first. You've got to get the knowledge first before you can even apply it, isn't it? You've got to get the knowledge first before you can even apply that knowledge. So the second tip is, I'll invite you to get the knowledge. Be willing to do what you have to do to get the knowledge that you need. This is so important. Sometimes we get complacent. What I know is what I know, and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you wonder why you're not getting a different result. Einstein said that's craziness, that's madness. When you keep doing the same thing and you expect a different result, that is, right? So be willing to get the knowledge, be willing to get the books that you need, be willing to learn, be willing to do the research, right? And if you're someone and sometimes you feel overwhelmed, take your time and tell yourself that I'm going to do the research bit by bit. And talking about knowledge, for me, I am an avid reader. I love reading. And if you're like, oh no, I can't do reading, that's fine. We have audiobooks these days, right? You can listen to them while you're cleaning, while you're doing something else with your body, while you're running, you're exercising. You can listen to audiobooks. And you can also listen to YouTube tutorials. And though there are a lot of tutorials out there that are not useful, but when you go through a lot of them, you can find one that would suit you. So as I said, I love reading. So most of my information, I get them through books, reading, or through searching and surfing the internet. So one thing I recommend when we talk about how to secure your financial future, you need to get this book. You need to get this book. I know it's upside down. It is Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. And I'm sure a lot of you know Tony Robbins by now. And if you don't, Tony is a master strategist, right? And he says, Money Master the Game, 7 simple steps to financial freedom. 7 simple steps to financial freedom. You should get yourself one of these books. You should definitely get yourself one of these books. And I recommend that you listen to Tony's stuff, right? He has a free YouTube. No, not YouTube. No, not YouTube. It has a free Netflix. I wouldn't say it's free, but you need a subscription to Netflix. Sorry. He has a series called I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix, and you can watch it. He's amazing. He transforms your mindset just like that, right? So we're talking about how to secure your financial future, and we're talking about the second point that says get the knowledge. Get the knowledge. And I'm recommending this book, Money Master the Game. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it anywhere there is a bookstore. I'm sure you can find it. But you can definitely, I got my copy on Amazon. You can definitely get your copy on Amazon. Get yourself this book and learn the 7 simple steps to financial freedom. Especially if you're a young person. This is so important. This is so important for you right now, because it takes a bit of time to build and to plan your financial freedom strategy. It takes a bit of time, and the earlier you start, the earlier you can start reaping the benefits of it. So point number 3, I have point number 3. I say always put some money aside. Always put some money aside from your current income, and I would say that 10% is minimum. I would encourage people to put 15, 20, even 20% aside, right? And gradually grow it. But 10% is a good place to start. Always put some money aside. Never, ever cultivate the habit of finishing your money. Never, ever spend 100% of your money. Never, ever spend 100% of your money. Because you know what? These 10% that you put aside every single paycheck, right, would amount to something in the future. They would help you do something in the future. And that's just the next step that I'm going to share with you right now. And you might be wondering, Alun, even when I put some money aside and it stays, it's not doing anything, I feel tempted to use it. Yes. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to share with you in the next step. The money that this 10% that you've put aside, you need to do something with it, because money is meant for circulation, right? You don't just keep money in one place. It doesn't work. Even if you don't use it, inflation is going to damage the value of your money. So you've got to put it somewhere that is going to bring in you more money. And that's where we go into point number 4 that says invest in low cost index funds with steady revenue. So invest in low cost funds with steady revenue, such as index funds. I recommend that you invest in index funds. And look, don't do anything just because I say you should do it. Go and do your own research. Go and read about index funds. What are index funds? You're going to get details in this book. what are index funds and how they are the best long-term investment strategy, especially for young people. I would say right now they're very cost effective. You don't have a lot of money, you just need 10%. You can start with 10% of your current income, putting aside every month, every paycheck, putting that aside, and you can invest in that. So for young people with very small income and small revenue, you can invest in index funds. It is a long-term investment plan to your financial future. It's very, very important, and you can get more information on this, right? And I would invite you to hop on a complimentary discovery call with me where we can talk about your goals. What are your financial goals, right? What are your financial goals? And would you like to understand how you can create financial freedom for yourself? Would you like to? Yes? Well, let's talk about your big goals and how we can work together to make sure you achieve them as soon as possible, right? With less hassle. I'm sharing with you 5 tips on how to ensure a financial future, and we're on tip number 4 that says invest in low-cost funds with steady revenue, such as index funds. There are a lot of funds out there. I'm going to share with you index funds because I believe that is the one that many young people with low income and small revenue, they can start investing in, right? Just make sure you do your own homework. Make sure you go and read about it, the different kinds of index funds right there, and choose the one that works for you. I am using the one from Vanguard, but you are going to get all the details from this book. Make sure you get the right knowledge. It's very important. Before you put your money into anything, make sure you read and get the right knowledge, right? Amazing. So how to secure your financial future. Point number 5. So important. This is usually something that we don't look into. So important. It says, understand how taxes will affect you in the future. So important. You know, anytime when we talk about financial freedom is how we can bring in more. But look, the more you bring in, the more Uncle Sam, the tax guy, the more he takes out, right? So it's important for you to understand tax effective ways of investing, right? To understand the different tax-free schemes in your particular country, right? It's so important for you to read about taxes. If you're a businessman or a businesswoman or an entrepreneur or anybody looking into starting a business or getting involved into business, it's important for you to understand taxation in your particular country or the region that you serve. It's so important for you. Understand how taxes affect you right now and how they are going to affect you in the future. It's so important to understand taxes because the more you bring in, the more Uncle Sam is going to require from you, right? And you want, in as much as you want to pay your taxes, right? Yes, you want to be tax efficient as much as you can, right? As much as you can. These are not financial advice in any way. These are things that I do, right, by myself, and I just want to give you an insight into how you can start thinking and how you can start planning your own financial future and towards financial freedom. It's so important, especially for young people. And I know that young people, we usually think that we don't have enough money. I mean, you don't have $1 million in the bank right now to just go and invest, right? Except you're from a rich family and your parents are, well, that's fine. But many young people who are just starting out, they don't have much. Maybe have a job, but they don't have much. That's fine. With what you have, make sure you remove 10% of your income every single day and invest it into an index fund. I would recommend index fund, but read about it. Remove 10% of your income every month and put it into an investment that will bring you returns in the long run. It's so important, right? And I would definitely recommend this book. I can't recommend it enough. Money Master the Game. 7 simple steps to financial freedom. If you don't want anything, grab this book as soon as you can on Amazon, especially if you want your financial freedom, financial future to be secured. You definitely need to learn from the best. And who else than Tony Robbins, right? One of his company makes like $6 billion a year. Or only one, and he has about 100 and something companies, right? Close to 200 companies. So who else can tell us best about money, taxation, financial freedom, investment? Anyway, so we talked about how to secure financial freedom. 5 tips. Let us recap real quick. Tip number 1, be willing to question everything you know up until now. Yes. Tip number 2, get the knowledge. Number 3, always put some money aside. And I recommend 10% is minimum. I personally put more than 10% aside because I do other things as well. But 10% is a good place to start. I started with 10%. 10% is a good place to start. When you put that money aside, don't just leave it aside. Do something with it, which is point number 4. Invest in low-cost funds with steady revenue. The key is low cost with steady revenue, such as index funds. Invest in index funds and read about index funds, right? Read about how to invest in them. The book that I'm suggesting, this book is going to give you very, very detailed. You can see this is a thick book. Very, very detailed book. Right? And number 5, understand how taxes will affect you in the future. Understand taxes in your country, in the jurisdiction that you are serving, where you understand taxes. Understand how it is affecting you now, your tax bracket, how is it going to affect you in the future? What are the different tax effective scheme? What are the different tax savings investment? Read about those and make sure you take advantage of them as much as you can and as soon as possible. So those are the 5 tips I shared with you today on how to secure your financial future. And I hope they were helpful. Were they helpful? Yeah, I hope they were. Leave me a comment below if you think this was helpful. And if you're anybody like me and you like interaction, want to know more, and you want us to go into details, click the link in my bio and hop on a complimentary discovery call with me, where we can talk about your financial goals, your big financial goals, right? What is stopping you from reaching them, and how we can work together to help you get there as soon as possible, right? I'm so glad that you joined me today on another series called Rising Above the Average, and we talked about how to secure your financial future. And I'm your girl, Alun Da Silva, and it's always a pleasure to serve you. Always a pleasure to be here, and thank you for always giving me the opportunity to serve you. It is a great honor to be here with you all, and thank you for watching this live. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for everything. And if this has resonated with you in any way, make sure you follow me. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this, and make sure we share this with friends, right? And I think especially young people. My heart goes to young people because I truly believe that society is really tough for young people these days, really, really tough. And we need to do something to secure our future, because nobody wants their children to go through the hardship that they've been through. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my own children to go through my hardship. I want to make sure that my financial future is secured so that they can enjoy their life. They won't have to go through that hustle. Yes, you're happy about that? Awesome. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you all next weekend. And we're going to talk about something very interesting as well. And by the way, if you have any topics where that you want me to talk about, share with me in the comments or DM me, right? And let me know what you would like me to cover on my next session. And before I see you guys again, take care. God bless everyone, and see you next week.